Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with game technically 3, but 2 of the night of Maynooth versus Trinity. I am Machine Blood Penguin Malloy, and joining me again is Dawood, Sandstorm Dawood. As you probably are seeing on your screen, everything's been done and dusted. We are still using 10-band system, so I'm going to quickly run through the bans, and then Dawood's going to bring us through the team comps. So on the Maynooth, who are on the blue side, they banned out Nasus, Trinity, Kha'Zix, Swain, and Darius, so a huge amount of top lanes focused there onto Red Spectre. And then on the red side, which is Trinity, they banned out Evelyn, Lulu, Ashe, Caitlyn, and Ezreal, and the resulting bans resulted in the following teams. Dawood, take it away.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm just going to go over in the order of the bans, of course. Thresh was the very first pickup coming up from the side of Maynooth, just because they wanted to prioritize Blaze on that champion, because one of his best champions, and also his hooks, I was talking to you about this before this game, are just like homing missiles. Every single time they just manage to land, they manage to make plays, and that's what he just wants to do this game. So definitely something I like for them to pick up. And again, this time, you can see the disrespect coming up from Hawkins, picking up the Ahri, taking it away from Hal this time. But with the change around because of that, the first 3 picks were, of course, Thresh, LeBlanc, and Gragas for the side of Maynooth Star Destroyer. Whereas for the side of the Mighty Ducks, it was Ahri, Elise, and Jinx. Now, here's the funny part. Caitlyn and Ezreal were the 2 champions that were banned away from Maynooth in the second rotation of the big ban phase, which left the side of Maynooth with just one thing. Give Voina what he actually wants to play. Give him a hyper carry. Give him something that can actually peel for him. And thus they actually opted for a Twitch AD carry and a Shen in the top lane. With the Gragas, with the shield from Thresh, he can go for Redemption, he can go for Locket, and he's just going to have a massive amount of peel. And here's the thing, if they try to focus down Voina on the Twitch, they're going to have to worry about the LeBlanc as well, because she can do a massive amount of damage as well. Whereas on the other side, Burst everywhere. You have Ahri as an assassin, you have Annie, if she manages to build like a usual AP supports like the brand, like the Zyra, she could go for a couple of AP items just to do a little bit of extra damage. But still, the main point is a lot of CC there, and then Ahri lines up the Orb of Deception. Then you got the ticking AoE coming out from Nautilus bit by bit, with Jinx, of course, later on to the game scaling, gets the Runans with all those rockets. She's going to be doing a massive amount of damage. So you can see wombo combos coming out for the side of Trinity, and then you just got a hyper carry for the side of Maynooth.
Yeah, the Maynooth strategy is pretty damn clear. LeBlanc just tries to go for flank plays in the early game, roam about, try get some pickoffs, and then it's just everything in the Voina basket, which isn't actually that risky to think of. However, you look at the amount of single target CC there is on the side of Trinity right now. You have the Annie stun, you have the Jinx chompers, the charm off Ahri, the cocoon, so much CC just in general from Nautilus, even his auto attacks. So you need to be so careful from if you're on Twitch for Voina, because yes, you are possibly arguably the best player in this tournament and then definitely in this series, but if you get caught out, you're done. And then a lot of the damage that would have been coming out from the side of Maynooth is gone. LeBlanc can go in and out depending on cooldowns, but they need to make sure that they're getting those kind of engages right and not get engaged upon.
Yeah, definitely, and that's the problem with that. That's actually gonna be facing the side of Trinity this time. As you said, lots of CC left, right, and center for the side of Trinity. And honestly, Twitch has to know his 5 Ds of dodgeball: dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Yay! There we go. Got him. Yes, you know his 5 Ds.
You had to stop yourself at the duck bit, because you were like, "Wait, I need to not mess this up. I can't mess this up."
It's duck.
Yes,
duck.
It's and dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yes.
1
for every player.
Yeah. And we're keeping this show PG. And ladies and gentlemen, we are finally onto the Rift for Game 2 of the day. Game 3 of the series. It is 1-1 between Trinity and Maynooth. Maynooth on the blue side, Trinity on the red. We'll have to wait and see. A lot of pings coming out already from Trinity. They look like it looks like they're all going to run into mid lane right now. They look like they're both looking to aggressively go for this. Could be a huge level 1.
Well, yeah, there's a hook on the Thresh. Of course, you might see a body slam coming out or a taunt from Falinov. And that side of Trinity, it looks like they're going to clash. They both have the same plan.
Here we go. No one really kind of doing anything now. It's just a big standoff, flashing of masteries.
Yeah, boy.
And an auto attack from Howl. But that's all she wrote, sadly. And I'm actually kind of surprised with Bat Rastard. He went with his Q first rather than his Incinerate.
He has a Thorn's Ring.
Yes, I was going to say that as well, but my thing is that you usually see any supports particularly go with the W purely because you can stack it before. You don't have to hit anything with it, whereas the Q is a targeted ability. You have to hit something with it in order to stack it. So I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go with that. There could have been an opportunity if he was stacking out all the way along the lane just to kind of go for one massive AoE stun. But unfortunately, we weren't able to get it. And the Doran's ring. He's looking to be aggressive anyway, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, you can be as aggressive as you want, but you're not going to be getting any mana back unless you plan on stealing a couple of minions here and there from Tedbon to sustain yourself.
It's not stealing. It's assisting when you know they won't hit it.
Okay, oh boy, this is going to be dangerous.
This could be. Voina and Blaze now going to be in this one. There's a double flay and an ignite down immediately onto Batrastard, who is forced to flash away. And already we're seeing advantage to the bot lane of Maynooth, and it's straight away.
You might want to speed up your stream.
I think I like a little bit.
Yeah, I'm on 155 now, 156.
I'm just caught up.
Nice. Because you were saying it's like they got a flay, and I'm like, wait, I already passed that part. What's going on? I hate the fact that this client does this. I hate the fact that this kept going. It just disrupted so many times. But it doesn't really matter. We were talking about in the first game, early aggression coming out from Voina and Blaze on the Nami Caitlyn, and still on the Twitch, on the Thresh, they're still able to do that and able to force out both cookies as well, actually, from Batrastard. And that means later on, it's just going to get easier and easier for the side of Maynooth to snowball their own lane. And again, another problem here is, for the side of Trinity, is the fact that Voina picked up a longsword. Oh boy, wait for the hook! Homing missile, there it is!
There it goes. First blood coming up to Voina. And that is a pretty standard one there, forcing the flash and the heal, but it was all in vain. First blood over to Voina, and already we're seeing signs of what could be to be for this match. And 2.5 minutes in, first blood goes over to Maynooth. Yeah,
you can already see they're trying their damnness right now to push that lane to make sure that Tedbon misses even more minions. And look at this first back, gonna be a couple of cookies and a ward for the side of Tedbon. So he's gonna be further behind. Tense, yes, again, he's losing the farm, he's losing the XP. It is just, rinse and repeat for the side of Maynooth. Voina and Blaze are just completely destroying Tedbon and Batrastard in the bottom side of the map. It is just making it look so easy.
All right, boys, taking bets. 3-1, pre-20-minute game for Maynooth. Who wants it?
I was literally, funny enough, I was looking at Bet365. I actually saw a post on Facebook, and it was like, oh, for the mid-season invitational, and it's like SKT odds of 1 to 5, and then rest of the world odds 3 to 10. So it's like, SKT are gonna win it. They're not gonna lose. Yes, they lost to Flash Wolves, but now they're triggered.
Spoilers! That just happened! Oh my god! Wow!
I'm sorry.
Okay, I want the chat. Worst caster is Dawood. We'll make a quippy thing, but I can't talk about that just yet as we see a flash play coming out. Tedbon slowed up. Hook goes wide! Very wide, but it doesn't matter because Voina has enough damage on the poison to be able to get that one there, but like I said,
boys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was so terrible of me. I'm so sorry. Oh boy.
Wow. Worst caster ever. Like ever. And I include Coxie on that Namus. I love
no, don't you dare! No, that is a line, sir.
Oh, I'm going to have to stop you right there because we are seeing a little bit more action as we see there. Batrastard getting caught out by the Flay. Flay is going to throw the hook. Hits this one, though. And there's going to be Voina picking up his 3rd kill of the game as we see Hal now in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get picked off by Dorf. Nice reaction there. Razor just a little bit too late to the party. That's going to be a quick 1-for-1, but Voina, he's already 15 CS above the Jinx, 3 kills, and I don't see how he loses this match.
He has a 1,400 gold lead. That's how bad it is. He has a 1,400 gold lead, 1,100 gold in his pockets, and oh boy, please no, have mercy, please.
Oh my god, this is one of those moments where you feel there's nothing you can do. You do not have a utility AD character.
This is so
Jinx
bad.
does not have great range. Annie has no way of protecting her.
Look at what Batrastard is. Why?
He's got to try. He knows if Fadanoff will end up maybe going for something a little bit more aggressive, and he does. He's under tower now already, so he takes the tower hit for his troubles. There's a stun going in. There's the ignite. There is the kill potentially going down. Will he take down? Oh, Batrastard with the Annie, picking himself up a kill, and that all of a sudden works out. That's a really, honestly, it's a good play. That's exactly what you need to be doing on the side of Trinity right now because traditional will not win you this game.
Yeah, traditional sure as hell won't, especially when your AD carry when basically Voin has 3 times as much gold as Setban does. That is how... It's 13 CS to 40. He has a couple of CS. He's going to get up to 20, 23 maybe under the turret. He should be fine for now, but... And this is just... Yeah, they're doing fine. They're kind of working around the fact that they need to take care of the peel that's defending Voina later on to the game. That's their point. They want to survive later on. They want to make sure that Voina, yes, he's the only one that's fed, but if the tanks aren't strong enough to defend him, then they might be able to just push through, power through all that, get all their CC locked onto Voina, might be able to get the kill that way. But honestly, they still have to help Todd Blonde out in some way because he's just way too far behind. It is insane how much gold he is behind at the moment. Almost 3,000. This is terrible.
Yeah, the best thing that can happen right now is, you know, the lane actually gets taken by Voina. That's the best thing that can happen, as we see. Falinov gonna get jumped on, taunts away. Ultimate was used, and oh, Ted Blonde. One more. Oh, there's
no, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. He has to.
No, he's still alive, and he should be able to stay alive as they look to actually just maybe force first turret. Red Spectre does miss the dredge line, but Razor is up here. That's a huge minion wave. Just joined him. Bambi Cinder was available and then made him lose the turret aggro, but stayed a little bit too long. No real damage, no real range, and then they end up losing a kill and a hell of a lot of CS as well. So this is panic modes for Trinity, but they have no other choice.
Yeah, as you said in the last game, they have to pull something. They have to pull a Gigabyte Marines. They have to do something wacky and just out of the blue. And honestly, they're trying something. They're trying to go for a wombo combo. They're trying to do some sort of plays. Batraster just rotating all over the place. He's level 4. He's not doing that much. He gets the stun. He got the kill before, but he also gave one away to Razor as well on the top side of the map. And you can already see, look at this top side. At this point, Voina and Blaze, they're pushing up the minions, and they are just farming up to the point where, again, 40 CS behind. I am stressing this so much because Tadpond is one of the main sources of damage for the side of Trinity, and he is lacking. They're letting the minions die to the turret, and they're farming up the minions.
Yeah,
oh boy.
Oh, good flash from Red Spectre, but that is a cooldown gone now as Howl was looking to try and move aggressively. As we see Voina finally taking first turret at 8 minutes 20. And that is going to be a pretty damn easy move there for them bot lane. And honestly, they can honestly stay in that bot lane if they really wanted to. But we are going to see Hawkins getting jumped on by Howl, and it should be a pretty easy... Oh, he jukes him. Gets the ignite down. Razor doesn't even get an assist. He's just there to make sure everything goes down as it should be. And again, another kill coming over for Maynooth. It's just going to end up being these kind of games, and again, like, you can't really say much apart from it's literally just a skill disparity.
There's only so much I can analyze. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's literally just a skill disparity. There's not a huge amount you can do when you're against, like, you know, a literal tier between the two teams. Like, it's platinum versus like high diamond.
So is this the diamond in Div 3?
Yeah.
But
that was last year.
Instinct won that game. So, you know, they can hang on to that. They have that with it going for them, but honestly, no. It's just not going to happen. Look at this full team rotation. Goon Squad on the hunt.
I think you need a little bit of maths teaching, because that is not a full team. 5 on a team, not 4. But they do end up getting the tower and the kill in respawn. But while that was all happening, mid lane has been pushing up for Maynooth. They're making the smarter call right now as well. They could have just backed away Red Spectre, but in the end, they are going to trade tower for tower. So it's not that bad of a trade, especially considering how far behind they are already.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to trade a turret 1 for 1. It's definitely a good trade for them because they're not falling behind. They're still getting something out of it. Although, yes, Red Spectre was secured on the top side of the map. But again, if you think about it, it's still the fact that Maynooth are the ones controlling the map. Yes, Trinity were able to get something out of it still. And here's the thing, those are the kind of plays that they need to be making. They need to just see and work around whatever they have, whatever vision they have, whatever area that Maynooth doesn't control. That's where they need to live in this game for. Because again, Ted Blunt is 2,700 gold behind Voina at the moment.
They've waited so long to try and bait someone into this dragon, but I'm sorry, my friends, it's a Cloud Drake. No one's going to face check for that, as we see Hawkins now jumping in.
Look at the Herald, though.
Carl Herald's going to be taken for a second game in a row, going over to Maynooth. That's going to be another objective. They are picking up a dragon, though, on the side of Trinity. So small victories get that extra movement speed, which, you know, isn't amazing, but it can work out in your favor depending on how far the game goes. Rift Herald does go over. The next strike will be an Infernal. As I say that, though,
exactly
we are
like last game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was a Cloud and then an Infernal, but this time Cloud. Oh, the blind Cocoon. Really well played coming out from Dorf. But no follow-up. There's not much they can actually do. Looking towards the mid lane. The Herald has been spawned.
Ooh, good stun.
Ham on that turret.
That was a really, really good stun. But let's see a teleport coming in now into the mid lane to try and take out this Rift Herald. We saw bot lane was getting aggressed on, but that should be the Rift Herald pretty much being able to take this solo as the Gragas just throws in an auto attack to help out. But a lot of globals there use, a lot of ultimates used from the side of Maynooth. They are now trying to rotate down, and they have the minion wave in their favor, so they can honestly be pushing this. They have a huge amount of caster minions.
Yeah, definitely they can apply a massive amount of damage. And here's the thing, pathing is crucial for the side of Trinity. They don't want to get caught here. Blaze gets a hook. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. That is going to be the hook and the play. As we see now, there's a lockup on Voina, but he's just too big right now. He's nearly gone down, but it's just not enough damage. No one could really get on top of him. That was the kind of small little window that was available to Trinity. As we see Blaze going in with a flash play. Charm goes wide, but the hook doesn't, and it connects and does give a death sentence over to the Jinx. As we see Red Spectre now being followed, being slowed. Voina gonna be able to pick himself up, potentially another one. There it is. Voina now 7-0-1, sitting on a nice healthy 1400 gold of his 6,500 he's picked up already, and that's going to be the first tier 2 of the game going over in favor of Maynooth.
Yeah, and again, we were talking about their play, we're talking about their communication every single time, and here's the thing, they got to mid lane, they had a couple of members stopping them, they decided to immediately rotate, go for those plays. Oh, hook does miss, nothing gonna happen there, but again, it's the fact that they landed so much CC onto Voina. They did exactly what they're supposed to do, but there was just not enough damage coming out from the side of Trinity. Yeah, that's the problem. They're way too far behind.
Yeah, too far behind already at this 13-minute stage. They're sitting on about 7.5 nearly, I'd say, at this point. You know, just so far behind. And not a huge amount you really can say about them or to them that can really help you out. But if you can find a later fight where you do catch Voina out and you split them up, you can kill that Twitch, and that's a huge amount of damage down. That's the one win condition we have for Trinity, and they need to grab onto that with all of their might and just hope and pray that it comes in.
Look at that Blanto. Bye.
No vision, no reason to be there. And he gets taken out. Fairly standard stuff coming out here from the side of Voina. As you see now, maybe a little bit of engage. Charm down to Gragas, and he is blown up. It's going to be Annie going to go down next as he does get taken down by Blaze. But it's a 2-for-1 trade as I say that. So next one it's going to be Shen.
Look at bot lane.
Bot lane, though, is being pushed in by Twitch all the way to the inhibitor. And that is just going to be a pretty easy tower for him to take. And now they're just going to stop Bax Hell, force the flash over towards the blue buff. To keep himself alive, we'll take it just to make sure he's all safe, but already we're seeing Voina maybe just picking up a free inhibitor tower, no problem at all, can invisible out as well. Ooh, flash hook just about misses. Voina gets himself out pretty scot-free after picking up a turret, but like I said, you know, in a 4v4 situation, the winners are the side of Trinity, and they can get some damage down. They just need to be able to kind of, you know, properly push for it and make sure that Voina's not with them, but they gotta watch out for those side lane pushes. Yeah,
definitely. Look at this. They're committing so many resources to try and lock Voina down. Just to try and actually, they stopped him from taking the blue. Red Spectre is the one that secured it, but again, inhibitor turret 14 minutes in, secure for the side of Maynooth Star Destroyer, and honestly, just constantly, they're always rotating. They always have something to do. They always have just something in mind that they need to accomplish, whether it's objectives, whether it's kills, whether it's just complete dominance all over the map. And we see from the vision control, every single person from this side of Trinity is forced to try and make something or go for farm, but oh boy, here we go.
Potentially, Cocoon does land though. The explosive cast did knock people back a little bit. Howl trying to go harass damage, but now the inside track is very much there for Maynooth if they want to try and run up onto Red Spectre, who does end up juking the hook after his hook got juked out. Good 3-man knock up there. Razor maybe getting a little bit too much damage on top of him. Red Spectre does eventually go down. The reinforcements coming out from Trinity just not here soon enough. They're going to lose potentially another turret. Voina, though, in that mid lane, going to be able to push that one right up and potentially take another tier 2. Oh, good hook there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice little move there as everyone's just trying to jump in and absolutely
here comes Voina
in this top side. But Voina now jumping into the fight. Hawkins does end up being taken down. It's only a 2-for-1 trade as Falinov did die off on the side. There's a stun there onto the LeBlanc, but he does fall off keep himself alive, and they're able to keep these pushes going. But Voina, he's not even in these fights, and he's still coming out with kills.
Yeah, because honestly, he just doesn't care. He's like, okay, yeah, you guys fight, it's fine. I have all the kills. I'm just gonna get this turret. Okay, yeah, perfect. Thank you. And he's just able to do that every single time. Rotate to mid, rotate to bottom side, and it's just free kills. Oh, Batrastard, why? Why?
You are dead. Fat Man belly to the face. And he goes down. They should be able to pick up 2 tier 2s
Voina
now.
has rat-a-tat-tat. He's looking for something.
Oh, they get a hook onto the Nautilus, but he's not quite in position. Not quite got the minion wave to be able to push him up on that one. But they will push out the pressure onto the top side. See if they can get anything else from this. But right now, it's literally just a waiting game, and it's when will Maynooth end this game, or how will they end it, or unless we see Voina getting taken down immediately in the fight, and we see a full clean ace, that is the only way that we see this side from the of Trinity actually come back into this.
Yeah, but here's the thing: how is that actually going to happen? Right, every single lane is losing in some way. You got a 20 stacks going on a Magi Soul Stealer. Of course, on Howl in the mid lane. You got Bork, Runans, Berserker Screams. Oh boy.
Yeah, there is the rat-a-tat-tat coming out there as he tries to get on top of it, and it's actually been remained back again to Spray and Pray, and that's going to be 1 kill going over to Voina while the other one went over to Razor. 2 kills down. Excuse me, Shen in the top side, just pushing in that tower. Charm there onto the Gragas, but Hawkins needs to be very careful, but as I say that, needs to also make sure that he's not quite getting away with that. Jeez, that was a bit close, and I feel like Maynooth maybe playing a little bit with fire.
Yeah, they've done that last game as well, where they were gotten a little bit greedy, started making those kind of plays that were just not really needed. They were trying to think, oh, we need to force this something here, where they can just immediately rotate and try and make a play that way. And I see that the same problem's coming up, but it still isn't really the main problem. Voina again pushing up the bottom lane, uncontested, and he's gonna get to an inhibitor. Someone has to respond, and that's exactly what Maynooth are doing. Force Voina to split push alone for some reason, and then just run it down mid as a 3-man goon squad and just get a couple of turrets and force them to just spread the side of Trinity so thin that they can't defend on all fronts, and just gets to the point where they're gonna crack everywhere.
Honestly, they can do anything they want, really. They can go with this 1-3-1, or they can go with a more conventional kind of team fight presence if they really, really want to, and just push this kind of whole thing down. But it all depends on what they really want to go for, as Infernal Drake picked up pretty handily there and uncontested there for Maynooth. They increased their power spikes even more. We actually see a Runans and a Bork finished up for Voina 18.5 minutes into this game, as well as the Quicksilver Sass, just in case he is caught out in any way, shape, or form, and he is actually still respecting the fact that he can be caught out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He just knows. He knows that there are limits. It gets to a point where you know it's silly, but you still have to do it regardless, because you know there's a stupid amount of CC coming and waiting for you at the end of this inhibitor base right here. You just can't really give it up. And that's the whole thing. Voina's like, it doesn't matter, I'm ahead. I still want to be super safe with this. And that's why I love the fact that he's picking up the Quicksilver Sash. It is just beautiful. 10-0-2, 135 CS so far, and it's despicable. Right now, Ted Bond finishes Infinity Edge, finishes his first item, whereas Voina's on his way to his third.
Yeah, it's not looking good right now for the Jinx, as we see Maynooth maybe resetting
the
map.
All good.
No, it's not looking at all good, but we see the Maynooth resetting the map, trying to find some, you know, avenues they can probably push advantages from, but right now they are looking towards that bot lane, as mid lane is going to be hard pushed in by Trinity, and this is honestly a bit of a misplay, because the one thing that's kind of keeping them in this game right now is the fact that that inhibitor hasn't gone down. That's going to be a free inhibitor going over to the side of Maynooth.
Yeah, that's been really good rotations again, really good communication coming out from the side of Maynooth Star Destroyer, and look at this still, Shen is towards the top lane. They could go for a fight here.
Here we go, Charm lands onto the Gragas. They get a lot of damage down onto him. Shen ultimate on top. Jinx untouched so far, but either is Voina. There's a double taunt as well, and that's going to be the Annie stun. No Red Spec, the next one to fall, and it's the next fight just purely pushing through Maynooth's power as they look to try and end this game. There is Teblon forced to flash away from the Voina, as we see stunned up. Oh, we're actually going to see him getting taken down. Not quite going to land the flash taunt there from Balanov as they look to try and maybe end this game off. Voina dodges out on the Charm as they look to keep pushing on this advantage. Voina, though, nearly going down. Oh, nicely done, but it's going to be a flash Q there from the Elise that keeps him alive. There is the hook on the Elise, shut down. Batrastard has respawned because of the time that it's taken to take down this turret, but they are still going for a good job, Minion, blocking off Blaze as the fight is still going on. They may look to try and just back away from this one. The Lantern comes out, takes a magical journey through it, and they all back away pretty damn safely.
Yeah, definitely the fight lasted
They're having
a little
fun.
bit too
They're
long.
having fun.
Yeah, I mean, because they can. They're 10,000 again, gold lead ahead, 21 minutes. A little bit slower than last game, guys. You're supposed to improve. But yeah, like they can literally do whatever the hell they want. Here's the thing. They can go to Baron, get the Baron, and then end the game. Just like the last game. There's really not much difference. They're going with the different champions. But it's still the same idea. It's still the same rotations, the same plays. Everything is the same except the champions are the only thing that's different. Everyone is stepping up from the side of Maynooth.
Yeah, everyone is doing what they need to do. As Bat Raster going to find out Howl. As I say that, they're expecting going to find Shen in the top lane. Banaloff now forced to maybe just back away a little bit. He's still pretty damn tanky. Dorf does hit the cocoon. They get a lot more kind of CC down on top of him, but Howl is there to try and back him up. This is actually still a 2v4 as here comes Thresh to maybe make it a 3v4, and everyone's destroying this fight as Gragas goes in. It's a great explosive cast as Razor gets broken up. It's a 5v4 as Voyna was just pushing in that mid lane. He doesn't even need to join his team. He knows they've got this. They've got a minion wave coming up fairly shortly. They actually might lose another inhibitor.
Yeah, definitely. And again, this is the fact that Maynooth are out-rotating and out-macroing Trinity. It's just massive problems left, right, and center for this. There's no way for them to adapt. There's nothing they can actually do when they're this far back. Inhibitor in the bottom lane. They're pushing down mid. And again, the fact that it was a 4v5 with the main fed person and bye-bye Bat Raster.
Oh, there is the solo double kill there for Voyna. He's just too far ahead, too much happening at the moment for them to really deal with from Trinity. And Nexus turret did go down. They picked up another inhibitor turret on their troubles. It's a 23 minutes now, and they are looking to end the game.
Yeah, they're looking towards it right now. They got a couple of minions. They got a super minion as well. One Nexus turret down. Oh boy!
Here we go. This could be the end of the game coming up right now. Charm does land Gem, but it's not close enough to bring him onto the or onto the fountain even. Now they focus onto the Nexus turret. Finally looking to end this game up in about 23.5 minutes. And that is going to be all she wrote for this one. Razor getting a little bit closer, and oh my god.
Boys, pat them KDAs right before you end the game.
They're all pushing in all the time as everything's just gone wrong for Trinity in this game. Voyna just got too big too quickly. And that is going to be the game going over pretty damn handily to the side of Maynooth. They take the series 2-1 and within one game of taking the ICC Championship.
Yeah, definitely they're within range at the moment. And honestly, again, we're talking about this from the beginning of the series. Yes, Trinity have a 1-0 lead, but is it going to help them much? Is it going to stop Maynooth somehow? No. That is just not going to happen when, again, every single game, it's the same problem with the side of Trinity. They just lack in every single department. Macro, rotations, team comps, skill. At this point, everything factors in there.
And they don't have Voyna.
Yes, and they don't have Voyna. I look at Dorf, the 6 tiers. I love it.
But yeah, I do realize I said ICC Championship, which is the Irish Collegiate Championship.
Yes, it's championship squared, I'll have you know.
Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick break. We'll be back very, very shortly with the 4th game of the series, 3rd game of the evening, a potential final one between Trinity and Maynooth. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very, very soon.